When I was younger, I used to be really curious about like where my family came from, like Dominican Republic, and history of like their life there before they came to the United States. And I would talk to my father, and I asked him like how life was there, and I don't remember the exact conversation, but I remember him being like, oh, I think I asked him like if he misses it, because you're just curious and you always feel like the grass is greener. So sometimes I would think that DR is better than the US in some ways. And he was like, no, because like he doesn't look back, like he came here and he doesn't look back. And that said so much without even saying it, that like when you're in a better situation, you just don't look back. Like you have to just be grateful that God took you out of that situation enough to like not look back, not reminisce, not have nostalgia, because you're in a better situation now. And I feel like that sentiment stuck with me my whole life, because like it's almost as if you can't afford to look back, especially when you've had like a long life. If you've gone through things, everybody does, that's just how things go. But like, who can afford to like keep looking back when you're trying to progress and stay motivated and create a better life for yourself? I feel like people that have been through like really hard times understand this. Like there's no point in continuing to always look back. And I feel like I understand that in the bigger picture, like when I'm just looking back in retrospect, things make sense that way. But even when it comes to small things like, breakups, you keep thinking about the person and like how nice it was, how things could be different, where things went wrong. It like forces you to put your mind in the past. And that's kind of where I've been. And the truth is that it's really pointless, because if I'm operating in faith that things always work out for me, and that is true, like I believe that God always works everything out for his plan, then why do I keep looking back, trying to put the pieces together, trying to figure out what went wrong, overthinking? Why look back when I'm in a better path now, even if it doesn't seem like it? But that's normally the way it goes, like just in general in life. If you're in a better situation, if you got somehow blessed enough to leave a negative, toxic situation, there's no point in looking back and trying to piece things together or figure out where things went wrong, or worse, dig in the trash can where that person has been thrown away and try to resurrect the dead. Like, you gotta just let it go. And that is like a very big lesson that I had to learn in September, just to stop looking back, wishing for things to be different. There's no point, especially to make room for new things in your life. In this case, maybe a new relationship, maybe that's not what's going to happen, but just making space for new energy, new situations to take place. How can they come in if you're always looking back, trying to reach for that person, that situation, trying to bring it into the present moment, when the reality is that it's not here anymore, it's gone for a reason? Why look back? No more looking back. I think it's good to just not constantly think about the past. I think that's healthier than like ruminating on why things played out the way they did. Who knows? You spend your whole life wondering why something happened. Like, sometimes you will never know. Sometimes eventually you find out why that person maybe had issues, or this happened, or this was happening behind the scenes. But sometimes you never get that answer, and you have to just accept it. And I think it's healthy to not like look back at the past so much, because it's irrelevant. The past is gone. It's like dead weight.